Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fighting with Friends. It's your boy, Brother Gaia, back again with another preview of One Championships Friday Fights 120, which will be live this Friday, 15th of August at 2:30 South African time on the YouTube channel of One Championship. And we will also be live doing a watch along of this awesome fight card. And speaking of an awesome fight card, let me get straight into it. But you know what? Before I do that, let's rewind it. Before I get straight into the fight card, just want to say, drop a like, drop a share, drop a comment if you like, if you feel so inclined to do so. Hit the notification bell to know when we're going to be going live and dropping some fresh new content as well. Just love for everybody that's been tuning into our channel for so far. Big ups to everybody that's been supporting us and the channel growing. So for now, I'm going to move on to my preview of this fight card, which is actually quite entertaining. Like I said, we'll start as always at the top of the card where we have Yodlekpet taking on Pompet. That's actually a stacked card. I've noticed that we still have Avatar and Brice Darval on the thumbnail, or excuse me, on the poster of the event, but I don't think that fight's actually taking place on this fight card anymore. My memory serves me well. I think they've moved that fight. But anyway, let's go to the top of the card, the main event, where we see heavy hitter Yodlekpet. I say heavy hitter, I mean heavy hitter of the highest order, taking on a very skillful fighter in Pompet. And this is flyweight Muay Thai, and I'm super hyped for this one. I really am, just because the flyweight Muay Thai division needs to be a bit more stacked. We need to have a lot more fighters fighting, in particular because we're gonna get a champion very soon. By the end of this year, there is going to be a flyweight Muay Thai champion, most likely going to be Tang. I think that title fight is going to be November 16th at the 173 fight card. So that means the division needs to start moving again, and we need to get more ranking fighters fighting frequently, so that Tang, or whoever's going to be the champion, can have more fighters to fight against, right? So let's go through some numbers a little bit. Yodlekpet is 30 years old. He's already won championship with 7 wins, 5 losses, 0 no contests. He's got 3 wins by knockout, 2 wins by TKO, and he also beat Dong King by first round KO in his last fight. No surprise there. Pompet, on the other hand, is a little bit younger. He's 26 years old. He's recording 1 championship, 5 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contest. He's got 2 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO, and he beat Pueng Luang by down to KO in his last fight. So what do we have here? We have 2 athletes that love to get the finish. They're more known for ending fights, not necessarily going through to decision wins. Who do I think is going to win the fight? I'm probably going to go with Pompet. But on the second thought, I'm saying Pompet because he's younger, right? But it's not like Yodlekpet is old. He's only 30 years old. So that, in my opinion, that's still very much prime age for any sports athlete, to be being honest here. So Yodlekpet, you know what you're going to get, right? Stocky, short, walks into the void and hits a lot of bombs. Throws some kicks here and there. He loves to throw body kicks. Doesn't really throw a lot of kicks to the head. He throws body kicks every so now and then, but that's usually just when he's outside of range. You'll see him chop the leg, he'll chop the body, he'll do rod. But when he gets in close, you can expect Yodlekpet to duck to his left and dig into that body. That's what he loves to do. Body shot, then he comes up high with the right hand. So you will watch Yodlekpet, his go-to combination. He loves to throw it, and it's a good combination because it usually gets people out of there very quickly. I mean, a body shot is already something that can easily cripple you. Or within the ring, not necessarily cripple as in like you don't have your legs anymore, but I mean like it will definitely fold an athlete. And then usually when that happens, Yodlekpet can land his overhand right, or his right hook, or his right straight. Fast boxing combinations with a lot of power. But that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get from Yodlekpet. He's gonna do that. He's rinse and repeat that combination the whole time. If needs be, if he needs to go into his next plan B, which will usually be elbows. He'll get into the clinch and he'll throw elbows, body shot elbows. He loves to stay close. That's Yodlekpet's game plan all the time. And he can take a lot of shots as well because he's very durable. For Pompet, on the other hand, also a masterful striker, loves to also fight on the outside, use the reach advantage, very good combinations, good clinch work, good knees, but also very what's the word I'm trying? Elusive with his boxing. It's very nice to watch because he's able to set up a good amount of positionings with that boxing. He's one of the very few guys in Muay Thai, especially coming out of Thailand, that loves to work off that jab. Also, he has a fantastic front kick, and also his knees are nice and devastating in the clinch. So that, for me, he on paper should win the fight because he's got more weapons to deploy in a matchup. He's got arguably better skill set, right? Because he can throw different types of moves at you. However, and it's a big however, because Yodlekpet hits freaking hard. He's always knocking people out. He beat Donking. He lost to Shimon Yoshinari, and he lost to Zhao Suyai before that. He also beat Yang Luang by knockout. He lost to Kong Suk. He beat Kamawut, who's another powerful puncher. This is Yodlekpet now. So he's been in there with some like absolute killers, right? He's been in there with absolute killers. Muay Thai beat him. Tajir Kadyrov beat him. He beat Silvio Vites, Denis Pulic. He's gone on a tear, beaten a lot of fantastic fighters. It's just of late when he's gone up against like Zhao Suyai, for example, and Shimon Yoshinari, who are really fantastic strikers. He got found out. He got found out. And how do you beat Yodlekpet? You don't get sucked into a brawl with him. You stand and we're gonna exchange blows because you're gonna lose, right? Zhao Suyai and Yoshinari was able to beat him by overwhelming pressure, overwhelming volume, consistently attacking, forcing Yodlekpet to defend. You let Yodlekpet be the one that leads the dance. Like most fighters, they can actually win the fight a little bit easier. Yodlekpet is so dangerous that you don't want to give him that. You're going to have to put him on the back all the time. And let's be real, Yodlekpet, when he has to be defensive-minded, he's not that good at it. I don't want to say he sucks. It's just when he's going backwards, he doesn't counter really well. He doesn't have a lot of counter weapons as well. So I think Pompet's going to have to be fast, use the reach advantage, and stay on the offense, whatever that looks like. But in my opinion, I would say a lot of front up kicks, keeps to the body. When Yodlekpet comes in very close, you guard extremely high and you counter with that elbows. Elbows is going to counter the boxing because Yodlekpet doesn't throw a lot of elbows unless he's in the clinch. Other than that, he's going to box for the body a lot of the time. He's going to look to target that body a lot of the time. So for Pompet, in my opinion, as a taller fighter, look to throw weapons down the middle, deep into the chest or into the sternum, front kick into the head, elbows as he enters, especially elbows when you're cutting off an angle. Or another weapon would be really nice is when you're in that clinch, you lead with a very hard knee. High guard, throw that knee out there. It will be good weapons to stop someone like Yodlekpet. Stay active. Even if you blast in high kick, blast those high kicks. It's going to force him to defend. You might block and dart forward. That's fine, because then as you bring your leg back, you just throw another elbow in there. I want Pompet to win because I feel like he's a top talent. He's young, vibrant. He's a fun fighter to watch. He's got the weapons, but it's so difficult. Easier said than done. It's so difficult to be able to deploy any of those weapons in a fight where Yodlekpet is a master of being able to be patient, walk you down, and land those bomb shots. Fascinating main event. I can't wait for it. It's going to be live tomorrow. But gun to my head, give a pick. I must give a pick here for Yodlekpet for the win. I think he's got the power, the devastating power. I just don't know. If Pompet's going to be able to do damage for long enough to actually get Yodlekpet out of there, to stop him, make him slow down, to win on decision. In my opinion, he can do all those things necessarily, be faster and be longer, but it takes one of those shots from Yodlekpet to put you away. So I'm going to go Yodlekpet purely because I think he's got the knockout power to end the fight very quickly, and there's no grappling involved, so odds are very high for him to land something like that. However, deep down in my heart, I actually want Pompet to get the job done here. I think he's going to get it done here. Let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about that main event? I'm going to keep it moving while you think about it, and let me know in the comments. Obviously, this is not a live. The comments are available. Let's keep it going. Another fun fight between Gingsanglek taking on Thant Zin. And these two guys have had a little bit of, I won't say back and forth in the media. Thant Zin didn't really say anything about Gingsanglek, to be honest. But Gingsanglek had something to say about him. And then we watched our news segment that we did on Tuesday. Check it out. It's on our YouTube page. We spoke about their back and forth on Twitter. Gingsanglek was pretty much just saying that Thant Zin comes in there and taunts him, puts the tongue out. Gingsanglek's going to knock him out. Gingsanglek's going to knock him out quite easily. Let's see. I do think this fight's going to end in the stoppage. It's also a flyweight Muay Thai, which is fantastic. Love to see this division keep growing. Gingsanglek, some numbers: 24 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 4 losses. He did no contest. 2 wins by KO. He beat Alexei Palikau by first round KO in his last fight. Good performance, by the way. Thant Zin, on the other hand, 20 years old. Record in one championship is 2 wins, 2 losses. He did no contest. 1 win by KO. one win by TKO. He lost to Gingsanglek by second round TKO in that last fight. Bit of an unfortunate, but let's be honest, Thant Zin's last two opponents are really good opponents. I mean, Takedo was the other guy who stopped him, and then Gingsanglek, who we know is very much a knockout artist of the highest order. So no shame in taking losses to those guys who are way more experienced than Thant Zin. Thant Zin's only 20 years old, let's be real. And if you look at his fights in one championship, one against Takedo was in kickboxing, right? He hasn't really got that many fights to go and put together some good record or get some good experience under his belt. He's only 20 years old, right? I don't think this fight's going to play out. I think someone's going to get knocked out here purely because of the styles. I think Gingsanglek's style is fantastic. I think you look at that record of 2 wins, 4 losses, it doesn't speak much about the character that he is. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. That 3 losses that he had, those 4 losses, that 2 of it was against Kong Thorani, who is in the top 5 of the flyweight division. He lost to Joachim Oragi and he lost to Igor Pikriev, who are also really talented fighters, right? So I don't take anything away from those losses. In my opinion, he got them at the stage where those fighters were fighting for something else, a different level of their careers. Gingsanglek, if he had gotten maybe Kong Thorani, not even now, I think Gingsanglek hasn't even hit his best yet. He's still going to get there, right? So for me, he's one for the future, as well as Thant Zin, but not just there yet. I think Gingsanglek is going to be able to use his not only his speed, but I think the key to his victory in this fight here is going to be the IQ and the different level of weapons that he can throw in the fight. Right, Thant Zin, what does he give you? He gives you knockout power, right? Gives you speed, gives you a little bit of durability, but he also gives you maybe 1 or 2 types of combinations that you can look out for. Right, for example, he's got very hard low kicks. The carve a lot, right? He's got very nice carve kicks. He throws a tip, but the tip is usually just to get his opponent away from him. He doesn't tip you to hurt you. It's a tip to get you away from him. Then what else does Thant Zin do really well? He's got this stutter step. He's got this stance switch dart where he goes forward. So he'll stand in the orthodox stance, and then what will happen is he will throw a jab, 2, or 1, 2, 3, or jab, 2 the whole time. But what he'll do is he will dart forward, switch stances while it's happening. So whichever punch he's throwing with, the lead leg is on the same side of that punch at the same time. So it'll be left leg, right leg, left leg, and left punch forward. He'll switch right leg, right punch forward. Do that going forward, and come back into stance again. That's what Thant Zin does really well. It's one of his favorite weapons to do as well. He will dart forward. Now and then he will maybe plant his foot and throw something hard. But for the most part, it's more about leg kick, dart forward, come forward, come back. And usually relies on that to kind of get his opponents out of there. Now he doesn't change his weapons from there. That's what he does all the time. And if you find out that, like what Takedo did and Gingsanglek, if you find the timing of that, you can get him. You get him every single time. You use the time he starts. What happens is you need to look out for the jab that comes first. If your jab comes first, for a fact he's going to switch stances, right? Look out for that jab. You know he's going to come forward. So what you normally do there, all you do there is you step left, you step right. Don't go backwards. You're going to take your shots if you're going to go backwards. If you just step right, step left, counter, step right, counter. Either side you choose, and you throw something into the void, it's going to land on him all the time because he's just coming forward and he's throwing too fast. There's no guard or nothing. It's just and it comes back. So I think that's why I told AD in our light preview on Tuesday about this fight is that he's still very young, and another thing he also needs to stop doing is stop taking the shots. You can block them. You can check those low kicks. You don't have to take every single low kick and then put your tongue out to show how durable you are. Those stuff are landing on you all the time and it's wearing you down. And that's how you lost those last 2 fights against Takedo. Was the same thing. Takedo was tipping him the whole time and he was like, and I'm like, dude, that tip is fucking you up. You need to get away from it. You need to do something here. Otherwise, you're going to keep taking the shots and it's going to take you out of there. And that's exactly what happened. So Gingsanglek was the same thing. When he fought Gingsanglek was blasting the calf kicks on him and he was taking them and eventually he couldn't really stand on his front leg. So and there's another thing also, his Thant Zin is very front leg heavy until he does that dart. So there's a lot of targets that he's going to show Gingsanglek, in my opinion. And that's why I'm going to go Gingsanglek for the win here. I think he's going to get the job done by either first or second round finish. Granted, the Thant Zin is very dangerous in the first round and he can land something big. I just don't know that the darting forward, the switching stance, darting forward and throwing boxing combinations while doing that is going to be the exact thing it's going to get Gingsanglek out of there. He's going to be too smart for this. He's going to be too wise. And he's also going to be nice and composed. He knows that Thant Zin is always going to be there to beat because he's going to rely on his durability. So I'm going to go with Gingsanglek for the win. I said round 1 or round 2 KO. I want Thant Zin to do a lot better because I think there's something in there in him. We believe he's a fighter there, but not right now. I don't think he's there yet. I think there's a lot that he has to learn. In my opinion, I know he doesn't want to do this. I know that a lot of fighters don't want to leave their hometown. They want to represent where they come from. But in my opinion, I think Thant Zin should probably maybe take a 6 month to a year and go live in Thailand and level up that Muay Thai skills. Use some elbows, use some knees. Let's level up that weapons. We try and fight in the clinch since you have this heavy dart. You don't have a lot of jabbing, 1-2 to the body and you switch your start. None of that's happening. So, in my opinion, I would say leave where you're from and then go to a place where you can bring on more additions, bring on new additions to his weapons. You know what I mean? Make him a lot more dangerous than just the 3 things that they can throw at you. So, yeah, in this fight, Gingsanglek for the win, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's going to get knocked out. Okay, if you got a different opinion, you know where that comment section is. Drop it there for your boy. Let me know who you have winning that main event. Right, in the meantime, I'll keep it moving. We're again just another fascinating bout. Also a lot of youngsters on this fight card as well. Some good youngsters, by the way. Pardon me. This is a fight between Yodlekpet taking on Muhammad Taufik, and this is also a flyweight Muay Thai bout. Again, I love it. First 3 fights or top 3 fights are all in the flyweight division, which is really good. No one's fighting catchweight. That's what I want to see. These Friday fights cards, it's less catchweight fights. Finally, we're getting them. It's more and more of it's coming out. So some numbers on the fighters. Yodlekpet is 24 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contests. He's got 1 win by KO, 1 win by TKO. He beat Yu Moy by first round TKO. Muhammad Taufik, 20 years old. Record in one championship is 1 win, 1 loss, 0 no contest, 1 win by KO, and he beat Super Chub by round 3 TKO. And it's funny to say because both of their fights, their last fights, have ended in the exact same fashion. Clinch knees, let the knees go, let that knees go, and folded their opponents. So they got very similar style. They also similarly height. I think Taufik slightly taller with 6 feet. Yeah, and Yodlekpet is 5'8", but still fights really good with that reach and that length. So this is going to be a fascinating battle because I think they're very even. I think they're evenly matched, not only because of their age and their height, but they're evenly matched in their style. It's almost identical. I will say Muhammad Taufik's a little bit faster, right? It's a little bit more twitchy as well in terms of fainting. He faints a lot, but they do have the same style. I give the power to Yodlekpet, right? But can he land that power shots? He's able to get there. What's going to be the game plan here? Because they fight exactly the same. Muhammad Taufik's a little bit more kickboxing heavy, but still super, super dangerous in the Muay Thai 4-ounce gloves. I think this is going to be a war of nutrition here. I think the one who gets tired first is going to be the one that's going to fold here. They're going to be exactly the same. If I'm Yodlekpet in this fight, I would probably say go fight in the clinch. But I mean, that's where Taufik also loves to fight, is in the clinch as well. So it just blows my mind to see how this fight's going to play out. I can't really give a winner. I can't really give you a very detailed breakdown, probably because I think it's like a mirror match. You know what I mean? If you know fighting games, it's a mirror match. It's the same weapons, the same tools, same height, same everything. It's just a matter of how now. They're probably going to get into the center, get into a car crash, and again, like I say, in that exchange, the one who's going to land the harder blow is going to win. I'm probably going to favor Yodlekpet because I think he's a little bit more durable than Taufik, just a little bit more durable. But this is going to be a close fight. Taufik is fucking dangerous. I know he has 1-1 in one championship, right? But that first loss, opening loss, that was against Asadullah Aman Ghazali. Asadullah is really, really good. So I don't take that as a massive loss for him because Asadullah is on his way up fighting bigger names already. So keep that one away. But when he fought against Super Chub, and I was like, okay, let me actually tune into this fight proper so I can see what it's all about, right? Because you don't get Asadullah in your first fight in one championship if they didn't think you were good enough to take him on, right? So I was like, okay, let me see what it's all about. And he fucked up Super Chub pretty easily. I was like, okay, now this kid can fight. This kid is really good. He can go 3 rounds and he gets dangerous as the fight goes on. It means he's got the gas tank to go 3 rounds, maybe even 5 rounds. Wutikrai, I don't know, eh? I don't know what he looks like in the later rounds because he didn't fight quite early. And both his fights that he had in the One Championship ended in knockouts. I think both in the first round. The other one was in the third round against Chang Tong, who was also a very good fighter. I don't know. I'm gonna favor Wutikrai, man. I think he's got the power. I think he's got the patience as well. We're probably gonna see Wutikrai be the one backed up more often in this fight. Muhammad's gonna be on the front foot a lot. I expect Wutikrai to get him in the counter and land a more powerful blow. Both guys love to throw a lot of kicks. Again, Wutikrai has just got a little bit more power in his weapons, but doesn't have the same kind of speed. Also very accurate, like Muhammad Taufik. This fight is probably gonna be fight tonight. That's a big call, considering that you've got fucking Gingsanglek Thant Zin, and you've got Yodlekpet and Pompet. You're like, this could easily be fight of the night as well. But I think this one has got me on my edge because it's just such an evenly matched fight between two young prospects for the One Championship. Let's go. Wutikrai for the win. If you got a different opinion, let me know. I wouldn't be surprised if Taufik also wins the fight. He's that good, and I know he can as well. But I'm gonna go Wutikrai because for the sake of the show, I have to give you guys a pick. I'm gonna go Wutikrai. In the meantime, we'll keep it moving. This is another fun fight, also for the flyweight division. Well, I know it says catchweight on screen, but these guys are literally only 1 pound over. But technically, they are flyweight fighters. No, wait, I lie. Not yeah, they're smaller. They're smaller. 26 is not flyweight. 126 is still weight fight. So we have Brazil taking on Kasan Salomov. Who's got a brother, I think a younger brother that's also fighting on this fight, but I'll get him a little bit later. Brazil, he's 19 years old. His record in One Championship is 4 wins, 2 losses, and 0 no contest. He's beat Lekla by unanimous decision in his last fight. And then Kasan Salomov, he's 19 years old as well. His record in One Championship is 1 win, 0 losses, 0 no contest. And this is a fun fight for the young guys. If you haven't seen Kasan fight before, go watch it back. This guy can fight. He only had 1 fight in One Championship, like I mentioned, right? And he won it by unanimous decision. He beat Payak by unanimous decision. That was 2025 May. Fun fight, really fun fight. I think he's a top talent. He reminds me of Aslam John Otikov in the sense of he's got this. You see, he's also from Uzbekistan, so he's also got that fun, vibrant, stylish, fan favorite kind of fighter. Puts on the performance for the fans, taunts his opponents, loves to dance around everybody. It's just a fun character to watch. Sometimes they can get him in trouble. Brazil, on the other hand, has got obviously more fights in One Championship. Like I said, he beat Lekla by before that he lost to Santana Wood by split decision. By TKO. And before that, he was in a 2-fight winning streak. He beat Toy Lentet and Takuma Oto, which is also good names, and he beat them both by unanimous decision. So, I don't think this fight's going to play out. I think it's going to be high pace. It's going to be don't blink kind of fight. I've got either 3 rounds Brazil, or I've got a second round TKO from Kasan Salomov. But it's so hard to beat Brazil by knocking him out. Santana Wood knocked him out, but that was the only knockout he has taken in his fight. The only time he's taken a knockout was against Santana Wood. Right? This is Brazil now. He's hard to put away. He's very durable, he's fast, he's twitchy, he's got good combinations, great boxing, doesn't really get a lot of finishes. He's always going to the 3rd round, so which means he's got a lot of stamina, he's got a lot of activeness in terms of how many times he throws combos at you, right? Doesn't do tons in dart forward and doesn't telegraph a lot of his shots. Look for the body kick, for the high kick to set up a lot of his boxing combinations. For Kasan, just think about how Otikov fights. He's someone of style. Flashy keeps to the face, hard body kicks, spinning elbows, spinning back fists, just bouncy, like an Energizer Bunny, just moves a lot. That's how he fights. He moves a hell of a lot. So I think it's going to be a fun fight. I just wonder if Brazil's going to be able to land stuff on him. In my opinion, if I'm Brazil in this fight, I'm going to try and fight in the clinch. Don't try and fight so much on the outside, being the taller fighter. Don't try and match him punch for punch, because I think he's going to come up short because the speed of Kasan is phenomenal. So I think, in my opinion, a fighter that loves to move a lot and side to side, footwork heavy, those kind of fighters, you don't try and outbox them or outstrike them. Those kind of fighters, you clinch them. Now they can't use their footwork. You clinch them and you stay in the clinch. You elbow, knees. I do think Brazil's going to have the leverage because he's taller. I think he's a little bit stronger as well. That's how he's gonna fight. He has to fight. I don't know if Brazil is a clinch heavy fighter. I've never really seen Brazil look for the clinch often. It's more of stay on the outside and blast a lot of kicks at your body, kicks to the head, and then set up from there. That's his game plan. So I think he's gonna have to do a little bit more than that to catch someone like Kasan Halumov. But let's go. I think it's a fascinating fight for the youngsters. It's a good prospect fight for that strawweight division as well. Where we now know that Prajan Chai is taking on Jonathan Diabella. Finally, looking forward for that fight. So we can get the division moving. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pick a winner here. I'm gonna go with Brazil. I've never bet against him. I'm gonna keep betting on Brazil to win, even though he lost against Ghana Wood. And I do believe that he might have difficulty catching his opponent in this fight. But I do believe that he's strong enough to land something big to significantly put the fight in his favor. So let's go. But again, like I said, don't be surprised if you see Kasan Salimov win this fight, because he is a fun fighter. Right. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep it moving, and this is where I was talking about the brother of Kasan. We have a debut fighter in Rocky, fighting out of the Kangaroo Muay Thai, taking on interesting. He's taking on Kusen Salomov, which is they're the same age, so they're twins. I mean, they do look alike, by the way. Look, they do kind of have the same face, right? We know they're brothers. Now that I know they're the same age, indicates to me that they're probably twins. Rocky's 18 years old. This is one debut. Couldn't find anything on him on Tapology. Couldn't find any tape on the young man. So I don't know what his fight style is like. I don't know what his buzz is all about. But I have seen Kusen fight before. He's 19 years old. His record in one championship is 1 loss, 0 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He lost to Ubaid Hussein, also out of the UK. That was a very good fight, by the way. Back and forth between the guys. Hussein did do enough to win the fight, in my opinion. So who's gonna win here? I don't know, and I'm not able to give you guys a full breakdown on that one, just because I don't know anything about Rocky. I don't know what his buzz is all about. But what I do know is that's gonna be a great fight, because if you watched anything about Salomov before, you know that these guys come to fight. They love to make the pace go super fast. They put in the performance for the fans. I'm expecting a good fight there between those guys. But let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Another fight that I didn't really put any notes down because it's very much unknown fighters to me. Zhao C taking on Yodan Nucha. He's fighting out of Thailand, 120 pounds division. Don't know much about these two guys. So if you guys got anything about them, please let me know in the comments. But let's see. I'm expecting it to be a great fight regardless. Then we have another debutant from Myanmar. There's a lot of Myanmar guys on this card, by the way. We have Thant Zin, Myanmar, Su Nuang Ku, Myanmar, taking on Omar Al-Alabi from Lebanon. And he's been in one championship but he's had some fights bringing up his skills there. He's got 4 fights in one championship. He lost 3, won 1. The last 2 fights have been losses. He lost to Pompet, who we know is a good fighter. He lost to Yodlekpet Thai by TKO. Then he beat Yodlekpet Thai by decision, and then he lost to Xavier Gonzalez. Who is Xavier Gonzalez, by the way? But anyway, so he kind of fought some household names, if you will. So no slouch there. I won't take anything away from him in terms of those losses. Let's see what happens here. Let's see how this fight plays out. We know that the Myanmar guys are super durable, so maybe Al-Halabi can get the job done here, but I don't know anything about Su Nuang. Put his name in Tapology. No details. It's okay. Let's see what happens in this fight. I think it's going to be a fascinating matchup, regardless. Then we have another Myanmar fighter, Ling taking on Jurai Ishii, who is a nice fighter. I'm a fan. I've watched this fight in one championship. She's 20 years old, very young. He's got 2 fights in one championship. Both fights he won. The last one came by a knockout against Jonas Munin. Great performance. Before that, he beat Satoshi Katashima in unanimous decision. And this, like I said, he's only 20 years old, right? But he fights with a lot of skill, vibrant, fast, skillful, good elbows, just very good technique. And also durable. He can take a shot as well, but I think his best weapon is his elusiveness, where he's able to, get into the void and bring weapons out of his opponent to land some very good counters. Very front foot heavy, good deeps, good knees. Let's see what happens again. Just like Al Halabi, um, Jirai Ishii is taking on a fighter that's probably going to be mega, mega durable. So if you guys have got any information on the top names you see on screen here right now, coming out of Myanmar, Burma, Soon Wang U and Her Ling Om, let me know, please, in the comments what these fighters are all about. And do you think they're going to win? Please let me know how and why. Because I'm going to go with Al Halabi and Jirai Ishii for the win here. Then we have Zhang Haiyang taking on Gump. I don't know who Gump is, but I'm very intrigued to find out. Very, very intrigued to find out. Zhang Haiyang is still very, very young as well. Here, not even showing his age on screen, which is quite mad. He lost to Hiroki Naruo, who fought last week. He got knocked out. So let's see what happens here in this fight. This boxing, I expect the fight to go to decision. Maybe Gump is some legend that I don't know about that's coming up here and put on the show. Then we have an MMA flyweight, a lot of flyweights on this card, eh? A lot of flyweights on this fight. A lot of flyweights strawweights. We have a flyweight MMA bout between Jang Seung-gyu taking on Sardo Karimboev. I think I've seen Karimboev fight before out of Uzbekistan. Jang Seung-gyu is 20 years old. He's got 2 wins in one championship, 0 losses. Last fight came against Katsuyaki Ayogi, as I said, yeah. Katsuki Ayogi. That was the guy that he fought last. He beat him by 3rd round KO. Before that, he beat Dave Cook by split decision. So a good fighter nonetheless. It sounds like he's more of a striker than he is anything else. And then Sador Karimboev, 21 years old. His record in matchups, 1 win, 0 losses in no contest. He beat Roman Popov by 1st round submission. Fun fighter, very good grappling, fast, aggressive. I'm gonna go with Karimboev. I think if he gets the fight down, which I think he's gonna get the fight down, he wins by submission again. In terms of the stand-up, it's kind of fairly even. I do think Karimboev is faster. He's got good weapons. Let's see what happens here. Either go one of either ways, right? You can go Jang Seung-gyu can get the knockout, or Karimboev can get the submission. Get the submission. Either or, I'm all in on that fight. Let's go. And then opening fight on the fight card, we see the return of Itsuki Hirata taking on RT Khatri from India. This is atomweight MMA. This is may or may not be a layup for Hirata. You guys know Hirata. She's fought the who's who in one championship. 25 is still very, very young. Took some time off after she lost against Victoria Sosa by 1st round sub. She's on a 3-fight losing streak at the moment. Victoria Sosa, Ayaka Miura, and Hamsuhi all beat her. And no surprise there, because those are really, really top talented fighters. The record which is 5 wins, 4 losses, no contest. 1 win by KO, 2 wins by sub. Her last win came against Lin Akin, which was in 2022. It was 3-round decision. That has been, up and down kind of thing. She's a very good grappler, gaming opponent. Striking is okay, but I think grappling is her best weapon. Who's going to win here? I'm going to go with Hirata. I don't know anything about Khatri, but Khatri, if anything, MMA, the Indian fighters love to grapple. So let's see what happens here. This might just be a all-out grappling match at the end of the day. And if it's going to be so, I'm going to have to favor Itsuki Hirata to get the job done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. If you've got anything else, any other opinions, let me know in the comments about it. It's going to be a fun fight. This is One Friday Fights 120. It will be live on Friday, 15th of August, 2 South Africa time on the One Championship YouTube page. But also, Fighting with Friends is going to be live as always for this fight card. We're going to do a watch along, so stay tuned for that one. I will drop the link. Not in this video, but it will be. You will see the live. Actually, I'll put the live in this video as well for both One Championship and Friday and for Fighting with Friends Friday fights. But also on that note, like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know that we've got a YouTube channel. It's popping off. Tune in it. Get involved in the banter. Join the membership if you want to do so. We've got some cool fresh membership content coming out. It's going to be only for our members, as well as a live this weekend for Dricus Du Plessis taking on Hamza Chimaev this Sunday. So stay tuned for that content. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. Thank you for tuning in. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Let your friends know that we are here. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.